record and okay, good evening. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Dreamstruck. We are so excited to be here tonight. We are getting back down to basics. We have a wonderful guest tonight. Her name is Jessica Armijo. I believe I'm saying that correctly. She's the art director, and she's going to be sharing with us this evening. We are so excited to hear from her. My name is Teresa Gosh. I'm superstar director of Group Purple Explosion, and we have multiple superstar directors that are on tonight that will also reintroduce themselves. But we have so much information that we want to go through. We have about 56 minutes to do it. So be sure to have your pens, your notepads, because here's the thing. We want to make sure that on Tuesday nights that we are leaving you with some inspiration, at least one of us, that you can hear our wisdom or our stories, and you could take it away, and it could give you, the energy that you need to succeed in your business with the tips that we offer. Also, we want to leave you with tools to put in your toolbox. So yes, we want to inspire you, but we want to operate this twofold. We also want to give you again, tools that you can take away, that you can jot down. And so really the objective is, with every Dreamstruck, is to at least write down 10 bullet points. Now, everything may not apply to you. And I know week over week, it's a plethora of information, but there's something that we hope will resonate with you and your business and the direction that you want to take it into. So again, tonight we're going to go over basics, but without further ado, we are going to give the floor to Jessica. Jessica, if you don't mind introducing yourself and also just, giving us a little bit about your background, your story. How did you get involved with Scentsy, and how did you take off so fast?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for welcoming me. My name is Jessica Armijo. See, you got my name pretty close. I am from Southern California. I joined Scentsy on March 13th of 2020. So it's been 19 months. I joined the day after the direct sales company I was with for 15 years went bankrupt. They literally emailed us on March 12th saying that they were going to no longer be in business due to insufficient funding. Just a little email. And that same day, my whole back workstation, all of my contacts that were in my workstation were all wiped clean. In fact, when you logged in, you got like that 404 error that something didn't exist or was no longer around. So the next day was March 13th, and I will never forget that day. March 13th, I woke up after I had slept on what had happened to me the day before. And a girlfriend of mine had joined Scentsy. And my girlfriend had joined Scentsy. At the time, you guys had just brought out the Child Buddy. She had joined to sell 1 million Child Buddies. That was going to be her thing. She was like going to sell so many and fundraise for her daughter's cheer. So the next morning, I thought, maybe I'll join Scentsy. And mind you, I had never had a warmer. I had never tried any of your products. I had never even used your wax, nothing Scentsy. And I'll tell you why. It's because I was with a competitor company for 15 years. We sold a different type of product, but we were in the fragrance business. So it's not that I didn't like you guys. It was just you were a competitor, and I was very faithful to my company. So the next day, which was March 13th, I joined Scentsy, sight unseen, never used the product. Slept on that for about 24 hours. The next day was March 14th. I announced to my social media platforms what had happened to my previous company I was with for 15 years, that I was going to do Scentsy now. And to my surprise, a lot of my customers were Scentsy customers as well. And they had never told me, they didn't want to hurt my feelings or whatever. So it actually worked out fine for me in the beginning because a lot of people were already using Scentsy products. And now that I was going to be the consultant, they let me know they would, now purchase from me. So going further into the month of March, I did have a team with the previous company. A lot of my team did not come with me to Scentsy. They were pretty adamant in staying in the same kind of genre of the direct sales company we were with. So they went to a different company. Some of my underdogs came with me to Scentsy. And what I mean by underdogs, my leaders went to another company, and my underdogs, they kind of sat back for a little bit, saw what I was doing, and then little by little, they started coming with me. And by underdogs, I mean, they weren't the top sellers. They weren't the top recruiters. They were just my active ride or dies. You know what I mean? Like, they always did what they had to do to stay active, but they didn't really push big sales or big recruiting, right? So going further, by the end of March, I had promoted to superstar consultant, and I had 4 active team members. And then I discovered on April 1st, we start all over again. That Scentsy, every day, every month on the 1st, we all become a brand new consultant. No matter if you're a superstar director, a star consultant, a lead consultant, it doesn't matter who you are. On the 1st of the month, you start all over again, and you've got to earn your title, you work with your team, and do all the things to stay at your title. So March 1st, I learned that with Scentsy. And then we had a great month because it was the Cinderella carriage. And that Cinderella carriage took me to director on April 13th. So April 13th, I became a director. By the end of April, I think I had 14 consultants by then. So that was really, really amazing. Then if we go a little further, I ended up ending that Grow with the Flow incentive. I ended up earning top 50 with Grow with the Flow. And then we'll go a little further into the fall, when on Halloween, I promoted to star director. And when I promoted to star director, I had promoted 3 directors. So by Halloween, we had 3 directors. I was star director. And we'll go a little further. At the end of fall, we were doing the Walt Disney incentive trip. I ended that with level 3. So I hadn't even been with the company a year, and I had earned that top 50, and I had earned the level 3 with Walt Disney World. And I ended up going on that trip, and I have 4 children. I brought my 2 youngest boys. Oh my gosh, Lucy, no. Sorry, the dog. I ended up bringing my 2 youngest boys with me, sorry, to the trip. And it was the most amazing experience of my life. Like, literally, I could cry just telling you about the experience we had. Scentsy did offer a buyout for that trip with everything going on in the world. And I had a lot of friends that I had made, other star directors, superstar directors, that told me, go on the trip. The trip will be worth more than any of the money you could ever get for the buyout. So we did, and it was the most amazing experience of my whole entire life. So we'll fast forward to right now. We are now a team of 303 consultants. I have 3 directors still. One of the original directors that brought me to star director, she's dropped down to a superstar consultant. But I did promote another director 2 months ago, and she's doing well, and she's maintaining her title. What else can I tell you? So we have 3 directors, a team of 303. I love Scentsy. I love Scentsy. I will tell you one thing, coming from another company and coming to Scentsy, we are so blessed here. We are so blessed with the training, the fact that Scentsy cares, the fact that you can host your own parties and you can earn those rewards. The fact that Scentsy is so supportive. We didn't have that. We did not have that with our with my previous company. I basically created my own training platforms for my team. Basically, all the incentives were just only the top could achieve the incentives with my previous company. Like, and by the top, I mean the upper level directors and such, because they made it too hard for just a normal consultant coming in to earn the trip. Whereas Scentsy, they make it so anyone can earn a trip. Anybody can. You follow the program and you will earn the trip. And not only will you earn the trip, you will also build the foundation for a very successful business that will keep growing and keep going way further than the incentive trip. I'm so sorry, my dog. Does anybody have anything they want to ask me?
I think you're still muted, Teresa.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay, here I am. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know, I was talking with Debbie Pitts-Palmer and she was like, oh my goodness, Jessica, just her stories. She was listening to you on the incentive, the boot camp incentive group. And, just to kind of recap, you've been with Scentsy for about a year and some change, like a year and a couple months-ish. And you hit shooting star on day 1, right? So you sold 5 PRV on your first day out of the gate. And then you promoted to director within like 30 days exactly. Now, again, a year and just a few months later, you have a team of 303 consultants. You're very close to promoting to superstar director. So I'm already calling that for you. And
I have goosebumps. I do. I feel it.
Gosh, it's like, that's coming right around the corner. We have an amazing, packed fall that's getting ready to happen. So I'm calling that for you. And you earned the trip to Disney. Gosh, that's like, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And so one of the things that we wanted to do, because there's others that have, also joined around the time that you did, or maybe just joined this month or last month. And so what we want to do tonight is just try to get down to the nuts and the bolts. So that way, your story is absolutely inspiring to all of us. And so what we want to do is also walk away with some of the tools that you've used, that you brought into Scentsy, and that you also picked up to be able to get this far so fast. And so what I want to do is go around to the panelists. If you don't mind introducing yourself, because Jessica's so new that she may not even know who all of us are. Introduce yourself. Where are you from? What's your name? And what question do you have as far as the basic tools that Jessica's using to operate her business and to be so successful? So whoever wants to chime in first, we'll put the spotlight on you.
Me.
Who's me?
Debbie.
Debbie.
So, okay. I'm sorry. I gotta get the camera back. Okay. I was so impressed when I heard her video. I sat there and I have a true ADHD. I can't sit down and pay attention, but she got my attention. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys why she got my attention is because when she said she hit shooting star in one day, I'm like, how did she do that? When she said she promoted to director in 30 days, I'm like, how did she do that? Because I promoted to director in 90 days. I knew how I did it, but I wanted to know how she did it. So I reached out to her And I said, can you please come on to my team and tell my team, how did you do that? How did you do that? Because I mean, obviously she had to go out there with a big blast and let people know how excited she was about her new business. So that's my question, like, how did you do that?
You want to go on a walk?
I feel like
If you need it, or
I feel like what happened and what is still happening to this day is I'm still so excited. I'm still so excited. Like, here we are 19 months in. I'm still so excited. Like, every day I think, what am I going to do today? Like, for my business, you know what I mean? Like, every day I think, what am I going to do? And every day, so many opportunities present themselves to share Scentsy, to talk to people about Scentsy, just to engage with people and build relationships that might eventually lead to something that has to do with Scentsy. I am a single mom. I have 4 kids. My son is moving to college on Friday. So basically, also what is really important about my drive is my why. That's why I bring up me being a single mom and 4 kids is my why. Even 15 years ago, started out my kids. I wanted to paint. My daughter was in dance and she was in competitive dance, and it literally cost a BMW a year to have your daughter in competitive dance. So when I started out 15 years ago, it was literally just to make the money to pay costume fees and comp fees and travel fees. And like now, my why is to fully support these kids, get my son going to college and living on campus. You know what I mean? I feel like if you know your why, you will find the way to achieve what you want. So a lot of people, I feel like, are scared to believe in their why, or maybe they don't make their why big enough because they're scared of not achieving what they want from their why. You know what I mean? They just say, oh, I don't know, I just want a discount, which is fine. I have people on my team that just want a discount. That's fine. But a lot of those people that just joined for a discount are now getting team members and they're selling $2,000 a month. And I just feel like you just have to connect to your why and be sincere with it. And don't be afraid to make your why really big. And then you will keep going and going and going until you land at your why, you pass your why, or you get close to your why. So that's what it's been for me. My why and my just every day. I don't miss one single day. I haven't missed one single day in 19 months where I haven't done at least one or several things that have to do with Scentsy. It's my job.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm a firm believer too. I think that, the passion that you have for, even the products for your why will drive you every day. So even when life strikes, I'm sure even in your case, as many of us, life sometimes can deal some lemons. But when your why is so huge and when your passion is so great that even when the hard knocks of life come, it's like why is completely bigger than that. And that's what kind of pushes us through. So I'm glad that you shared that about your passion. So who's the next panelist that would like to ask a question about the tools that Jessica uses to be so successful?
All right, Jessica, I would like to go next. So my name is Amber and I'm a Superstar Director from Texas. You're so close to SSD. I can't wait to welcome you to the SSD world.
Thank you.
I had goosebumps too when Teresa said that. So I had goosebumps right along with you. I just promoted about the time you joined, May 2020. So yeah, I'm so sorry. Thank you. You're so sweet. I'm so sorry for what happened to you in your previous company, but I'm so thankful that we got you in our Scentsy world. So my question is, I want to know, your team, your group has grown fast, crazy fast. What is your sponsoring jam? Like, what do you feel is your golden ticket with sponsoring? And more importantly, how do you teach your team members to do the same? Because we know when that exponential growth hits is when the magic really starts happening. So talk to us about sponsoring, if you don't mind.
Okay, so one thing that I did set in the very beginning with my team page was we don't allow any negativity. I actually last year in the beginning of the group, I had the post set to approval only by moderators, just to keep the vibe in the team page positive. Because if we were to allow a consultant that's just having a bad day, you know how we went through some spells where LTOs were selling out by the time we would get on and everyone would get upset. We had to set the bar for our team page, basically with good vibes only, because even though you're having a bad day, there may be a new consultant in there that sees you ranting and that you're upset, and you may scare them away. So that is one thing we did really set in the group is positivity. If they have a negative problem, they can come straight to me, or they can come to their upline, or they can even go up higher to my upline if they're really upset and they need to vent and talk. But in our team page is not the place for that kind of a rant, because it will either scare people off, upset them, or it will start a whole gang of people that are upset, and then they all get over it in 5 minutes, but the effects of the upsetness lasts a long time on certain people. As far as onboarding new consultants, with that being said, the positivity in our group, I reference my team as a family. So every time we welcome a new consultant into our team page, I always say, welcome to our family, because we are all Scentsy sisters, even though we may have never met. During this time of being with Scentsy, we've actually had some tragedies in our group with some of the consultants. And there's been 2 instances where we actually collected funds for the consultants in our team page, and the generosity from the other consultants that had never met this other Scentsy sister, it literally makes me want to cry, because we really are family. We don't talk about personal things in our team page, but a lot of girls have met each other. They're not on the same team. Maybe they've had to grab something, or maybe someone's shared something they did and the other girl bonded with them, or we even have a lot of men in our team now. The way that we've grown so fast, and what I owe it to is it's a family. So everyone is welcome. That's the environment I've created. So I feel like we've grown fast because people are like, I want you to join our family. They meet a friend or someone hosts a party for them. They're automatically thinking they want them to come be our sister. You know what I mean? They want to come play Scentsy with us, because we all support and love each other, as much as possible. So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you. I think Emily's going next. Emily?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Emily. I am a superstore director out of Ontario, Canada. I've been with Scentsy for 10 years. I actually celebrated my Scentiversary yesterday. So believe me when I say I can understand the pain you would feel after being with a company for 15 years and then
Yes.
it's systematically sort of breaking down in front of you. I would cry. I'd be a mess. I was thinking about what you were talking about, with your previous company. I'm sure it helped that over time you've developed relationships with people, and you probably had a large network to begin with, which is probably not saying that people who don't have that can't be successful, but I would say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably had a little bit of an advantage over maybe someone who wasn't in a previous company that didn't have customers, correct?
Right. I would say I did have a little bit of an advantage, but as I shared in the beginning, my top dogs that would probably be a star director with me right now, they went somewhere else and their success doesn't match what I've been able to accomplish with the way Scentsy is structured. So yes, I did have a customer base that I didn't even know I was going to have, when I did come over here. But primarily the majority of my team is not anybody from the previous company.
So
Jess,
Jess,
in speaking, oh, sorry.
For recruiting, let's say, I don't know how many frontline team members you have, but what specifically did you do to go out there and have join conversations with them? We have so many team members right now that are excited about the join special we have this month. And so they are absolutely looking for tools to say, how do we get out there and present ourselves and bring someone into our business?
Right. This join special, guys, is the join special you had when I joined in March. I don't know if you guys remember March of 2020. It was, you sold your shooting star and you got the shooting star kit for free. So in the month of March, when I earned the shooting star kit free, I basically told everybody, oh my gosh, I just earned the shooting star kit for free. And it's the most amazing thing. And we did have people join because they saw the value in that shooting star kit. It is amazing value. You're getting that whole kit for free just for doing, your $500. So right now, the way that I started, in the beginning, I didn't know too much about host enrollments. That's come over time. But shortly into my journey with Scentsy, I learned about host enrollments. So we've taught my team host enrolling. And I would venture to say maybe 75% of our team members come from host enrollments. So it's somebody that says, yes, they'll have a party. And we either know we're going after that kit, that host enrollment kit, or it happens accidentally that they do really well. And then we're like, you're doing really well. You should just do this. You know what I mean? And then that's how we plant the seeds with them to either let's have the party and let's earn your kit for free or reduced, or we don't bring that up because we don't want to, overwhelm them. We just want them to have a party and get free and half offs. But we see that they had $500 in sales in 3 days. And then you're telling them, I can sign you up for free. I can flip you. If it's this month, when I flip you, you're going to get this for free. You're going to get a commission check and I'm going to get you set up for September 1st. And you're going to have a whole huge customer base because we're coming into the busiest time of the year with the most amazing products. So this is what I would be looking for right now. I will tell you one little thing. So right now, I'm totally focused on everyone that has contacted me this month to order from the new catalog. When they've said, I want the Flaunt Your Feathers warmer, I've said, how about I try and get that for you for free or half off? I have 10 parties right now, 10, because so many people are like, okay, yeah, if you want to do that for me, go ahead. So we've started the parties because instead of saying, okay, I'll take that order for you, blah, 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 like how I usually do. When August 1st came this year and I want to go to Alaska, I literally, every time, if they didn't go on my website without talking to me and they just messaged me that they wanted to order, I literally said, how about let me try and get that for you for free or half off? I mean, some of them just said no.
I'm going to jump in here.
Yes.
I'm Kelly. I am a Superstar Director in Minnesota.
Hi.
While we're talking about parties, like my mind is like, jump in here. Sell me, we're going to role play on this whole party thing because you have a million parties and I have one, and that's not fair, right?
Okay.
So I'm your customer. Get me to have a party. I want to hear like wording. Maybe this wording and this role play will help other people get these parties booked.
Okay, so tell me what you want to order. Just say, hey, Jessica, blah, blah, blah. So
I want to order the autumn road trip cleaning bundle.
Okay. That is such a great bundle. I am so happy to get that for you. But what do you think about me getting that for you for free or half off?
I don't know anybody.
I'm sure you know somebody. We can create a link. You can invite as many people as you can to a group, or if you don't want to have a group on Facebook, I can create a link for you. You can send it out to anybody you think that might like anything I have from clean. You don't even have to buy a warmer and wax. You can buy cleaning products, soap. You can buy a fragrance flower. We have something for everyone. If you have kids, if you, whatever your thing is, someone can find something here. You'll be surprised.
My friends don't have any money.
You'd be surprised. You don't know what your friends are willing to spend their
I know
money
they're
on.
broke. My friends are broke.
Yeah, but you don't know what they're willing to put that credit on the credit card. You can never assume for anybody what they're going to spend their money on. I learned that a long time ago.
And a lot of my friends aren't even on Facebook.
Then we can just text them. You can just text them the link. I'll create a little message for you to send with your link, and you'll just send that to your friends. And then if nothing comes out of it, then I can charge you. No problem.
I'm not going to bother my friends. I just want my damn autumn road trip bundle.
Okay, then give me your money, and I'm going to take care of you.
Okay.
Because I'm about ready to make you mad at me.
I hope everybody.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Everybody has that happen. I know everybody is laughing because we all have that happen.
Oh, guys. I love to get told no. Like, that's my thing. I'm like, let's go to a no.
And you're good at it. Okay. Yeah. So now we did that bundle. Now I want you to try to sell me on joining your team, because a lot of people have a really hard transition from me buying an autumn road trip bundle to actually having a party and joining. What could we do for that?
So I probably would wait to have a join conversation with you, because you already told me your friends don't have money. You don't have friends. You don't want to bother your friends. You don't have Facebook, all these things. So for you, I would probably keep you as one of my dear customers that I take care of her. And, I have a million of those too. Not everyone is on my team. I have a lot of customers that just say, take my money. Don't ask me to have a party or join your team. Just take my money. I mean, and these people honestly have built my business because they won't have parties and they won't join, but they give me a funnel of customers. We all meet those people that they just don't get it, or they just don't want to get it. They just want me to do it all for them, So with you saying all those negative things, I probably would not ask you to join, because you actually have to have something positive to want to do this. You know what I mean?
Okay. So now we've covered the hostess thing, the sponsoring thing. Now, as a leader, and you grew very fast, what systems do you have in place to train your team? Do you do meetings, monthly meetings, in-person meetings, sample meetings, Zoom calls? What do you got?
So when you get into our team page, the first thing we have is like a welcome live from me. And the welcome live, all of my team members know to tag their new teamie in this welcome live, where in the welcome live, it's just like me talking, saying, hi, thank you for joining our family. I'm going to go over the things you should do first. Just basically, the thing that comes in their kit, the folder that they never open and they ask you a lot of questions, and it's all in there. I basically covered everything in there, because some people are visual and some people read, some people just hear. Everybody learns different. But ever since I created this welcome live, people just come in and I feel like they get comfortable quickly by watching that, because and then I also let them know if anything I'm going over they want to know more about, it's in their kit in the folder. You know what I mean? So in there we talk about shooting star, we talk about certified. I really don't go too far into any other promotions except for shooting star. I actually start with active. And once they get active, I'm like, oh, we're going for Shooting Star. And then once they're Shooting Star, I'm like, we're going all the way to certified, you know? But that's.
Do you do a lot of, like in the team group, do a lot of, I call it cheerleading.
Oh yeah.
Once they get active, you have a lot of that going on. Okay.
Oh, it's exhausting. I am such a cheerleader. I cheer every single day. And I even, like, my team knows. The team that doesn't really know, I'll just give them a text and I'll be like, hey, your girl made certified, you know, make sure you shout her out, because I am a firm believer in what we recognize gets repeated. So I think that is really important to be recognized for all the achievements, you know?
Okay. And then about self-care. So if you have all this stuff going on, you're going crazy, super fast, like faster than anybody I even know. What do you do to make sure you don't get burnt out?
Well, I've been doing like meditation. I read my devotional. Since COVID opened back everything, I go to yoga studio 3 times a week. I am always listening to, like, all you guys. I never stop training. And that's the thing that is really, really important to everybody on here. And I commend you for being on here. Never stop learning, never stop listening to other people, because just because you hit the top, you're still always going to need to learn, to be inspired. Yes. I try to, anytime there's something, I try to watch it, get on it. I'm always in, like, for us, you know, we have our like director groups and stuff like that. I always, once a day, I'll go thumb through there and see what people are doing or saying. That's, you know, genius.
I got one more. Who's your favorite person to listen to, or just in the background? Like, I listen to people all the time when I'm training or learning. Who's your favorite person right now?
From Sensi?
Yeah.
Or in the world?
It could be an SSD. It could be a trainer. It could be not Jason Harwood, but anybody else.
Oh, so when I first joined Sensi, because I kind of promoted fast, there were some star directors and superstar directors that were really sweet and reached out to me and friended me. So probably some of them, they, like Dino the Ninos, they were my very first friends. My very first friends. I could cry. I remember they messaged me and they were like, dang girl, like, where'd you come from? And we were just chatting, and that meant so much, because, you know, I'll compare this to my other company. We were really cliquey and nobody celebrated any other successes. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, you're a 5-star now, you know, like, but here it's like how you guys just said, you know, we're so excited, you know, when you hit superstar director, we're going to be cheering for you. That's golden. I really don't feel like there are any other companies as positive and as loving and as encouraging as Sensi. I really don't. I mean, and like I said, I was with a company for 15 years, and that's all I really have to compare to. But the vibe here is just so magical, you know. On the Disney incentive trip, anytime you got in line next to a Sensi consultant, you knew everything about them and you were best friends by the time you were out of the line. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, sorry, Teresa, go ahead.
I was giving you the entry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I just wanted to jump back in because I wanted to cover something with you. We were talking before about how with your previous company, of course, you had an established network, you know, and that was, you know, helpful to you. I was just curious, let's, you know, changing gears a bit and going back 15 years, obviously being 15 years, that probably predated Facebook a little bit. So can you tell us a little bit about, how you found customers for your other company, and if you're still doing that going like with Sensi now?
In the beginning with my previous company, I did every single event I possibly could, whether it was a farmer's market, whether it was a vendor blender, whether it was something at the school, like a you know, how the school will have like a booster meeting and vendors can come set up. I did absolutely everything I could. I remember I have 4 kids. So I remember sometimes whoever the littlest ones were, sometimes had to come with me. Sometimes the littler ones would stay with my ex-husband and the older ones would come and help me. But I remember thinking, okay, I need to make enough money to feed them, blah, 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 you know, get all the names, customers, trying to keep them happy because they're bored and I'm having them help me. But literally, I would do every single event I heard of. If I saw something or heard of something, I'm like, sign me up. I'm going to do this event. And I would just do every event. And I met so many networks of people. I really believe that's doing that for so long. I met so many amazing people that just kept, like how we say the funnels, just funneling and funneling and funneling and funneling and funneling. And it really takes you to now, you know what I mean? Like I'm still funneling now.
And that's good to know. That's good to know. And it's something like, because my story is that when people ask, you know, what's your strength? Well, something I've had to do several times. I was an Army wife. My husband was active duty and we moved a lot. Like I've worked my business in 2 different countries and 3 different states. So when it comes to starting over, I'm your girl. I've done it several times.
That's amazing.
Yeah, one thing I strongly advocate is finding a way to get yourself into the community. You do it with events. Another way is to do it through volunteering. But yeah, big time events are a great way to meet new people that would not necessarily be in your circle. So did you take some of those, when you would meet people at events, did you have like a sign up sheet where people like to win a prize if they—
We used to have contact cards. Our company used to make those little contact cards. Sometimes it would be like I'd have like a raffle, like a prize or whatever. But a lot of times, and I'm so thankful I learned this 15 years ago, never let anybody leave your booth if you do one without getting their name and number and writing something down about them that they said, likes Disney, likes football, likes pumpkin. Because you never know, like when you could text them and say, we have this new pumpkin bundle coming, or we have the football warmers coming. Just paying attention to the people you're talking to and getting some information from them, you know, even though it's a no right now, or they don't, you know, whatever, if you let them know, it could be forming a relationship later. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then from there, you take some of those event people, and once you have a relationship with them, you then ask for referrals and things like that to kind of keep.
I really
going.
don't ever have to ask for referrals. I feel like one thing you'll find, one thing I do with my customer service is even though people are giving me their money to buy their products, I always make it feel like it's still a gift to them. So like my packaging, I mean, I don't spend a lot of money. You guys do not have to spend a lot of money. I'm not saying anything like that, but something simple as buying bulk brown bags on Amazon and some tissue paper, you know, instead of just the Scentsy bag. If you can, you don't have to, but that's been my thing from the very earliest Scentsy is, even though people are giving me their money and I'm buying their stuff, I'm giving it to them like I just bought them a birthday gift. You know what I mean? With tissue paper, maybe some bows. If it's an LTO, maybe a little something that matches the LTO. It doesn't break the bank. It could be something like $1. I'd probably spend $1 doing it all. But
I do have another question regarding events. Someone just asked somebody in the chat just asked how many outdoor events or vendor events do you do? But I also want to add, when COVID happened, in-person events were not happening.
Yeah,
so how were you pivoting your business to shift into something virtual where you were still seeing the same level of success? Because obviously you did most of your growing over the pandemic. So those in-person events weren't happening. So can you talk a little on that?
Yes, of course. So before I joined Scentsy, I had already learned the importance of having a VIP group. So maybe a year before my company went away, I had already formed a VIP group. If you don't have a VIP group, I highly suggest a VIP group because that's where you want to funnel all your customers into it. Because you don't want to fill your regular feeds up with all the stuff. You want that to happen in your VIP group and maybe like a little blurb into your regular Facebook world. So those new contacts you are meeting, they'll get that little blurb and they'll be like, oh, you sell Scentsy, and then you can funnel them into your VIP. So basically, before COVID and during COVID, I was focusing on my VIP, and I was really, in the beginning, when I joined Scentsy, I booked a lot of parties because I was, like I said, if you don't lose your excitement, you'll just always ask everybody to have a party, join your team. You know what I mean? Just, I think the trick is to not lose your excitement. So basically, that's the only thing I can say that led to success was the excitement and not stopping. Just, I feel like a lot of people get somewhere and then they just coast for a while. But the thing is if you start coasting, you're going to lose momentum and then you're going to stop. So you always have to just keep every day like it's a new day. Every day, what am I going to do today? Like yesterday, I went to breakfast with a friend. I read circles with product sheets, my card, and I gave one to the waitress, and then another waitress came over, and I was like, she was so cute and smiley. I'm like, here, have this. You know what I mean? So you can literally plant seeds everywhere you go without acting like you're planting the seeds. It doesn't have to be obvious you're planting the seeds. It can be just a little simple, like teaser that makes them want to ask you more.
So Jessica, I love the fact that you have a VIP group. I always tell many that my success really has come out of or has been birthed out of my VIP group. But here's the deal. Everyone's not having the same success in their VIP groups like you and I. Some people are sharing and they're just getting crickets. How do you remove crickets? How do you get past that in your VIP group?
You can't just talk about Scentsy. We talk about all kinds of stuff in our VIP group. I copy like those cute little funny memes on Taco Tuesday if I find something funny. I can't remember what the most recent one said, but it was something about margaritas. You can't just post Scentsy. You have to show you. You know what I mean? Like, do you love Disneyland? Maybe you have Disney Wednesday. You know, do you love baseball? Maybe on Saturdays you post things about baseball. But the thing is the more engagement you get from people, the more your algorithms go up. So if you're just posting the same Scentsy all the time, nothing about you, nothing to make people want to talk to you. A lot of my girls, I noticed in their VIPs, they post like a lot of like encouraging things. And sometimes I do that too, like on like Self-Care Sunday. Like if you see something when you're browsing on Instagram or Facebook, just screenshot it, crop it, and put it in your VIP, you know, and people will like it, respond to it. And then because they liked and responded to it, maybe later when you do post Scentsy, they're going to see it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And then how do you continuously grow your VIP group? I saw someone post in the chat, oh, well, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to push them in there. I know I haven't pushed one of my customers.
I don't want to push you in there. Okay. So how I have grown my VIP. So from my parties, I will friend the people that purchase from the parties. If it is not a hostess, I'm signing up. So if I'm signing up the hostess, I will not friend the people that are buying because of course I want them to stay her people. But if it's a hostess that is not signing up, when they purchase, I follow up, I say thank you. And then once I've said thank you and they say something back, I'll friend them. And then they always friend me back. And then, you know, I'll funnel them into my VIP eventually. But I don't put the VIP on them right away. I wait. I get a little bonding time in, and then I'll put them in the VIP.
So I love that you do that. And that's not pushy. You know, basically what you're doing is you in that party or however you met them, you created a bond with them. And now it's like, I want to get to know you better. Let's become friends on Facebook.
Let's become best friends.
Yeah. And one of the things that I do is when I'm closing a party, I always say, hey, I'm going to send you a friend request so I can add you to my VIP group. So that keep track of your order also, you know, so there's a reason for them to go in there. And I do that to help with the algorithm. You know, if the order has, you know, been marked to ship or delivered or whatever, you know, I post in there. So that way it gives people a reason, data to want to be in there as well. So thank you for sharing that. Let me see if there's any other questions that came about.
I see I have my VIP on private. I don't have mine on public. And I don't know what the difference would be, except for on public, everyone could see it. But mine is on private. I did see that question.
Yeah, that's awesome. And mine's on private too. I just, you know, they give you a public option and a private. And I want it to be a VIP group. I want it to be for very important
for
people,
them. Yes.
General public, right? So I love that you do that. What else was there? Did you see any other questions, Kelly? Kelly, are you there?
Yeah, I always keep my mute button on because you know it's a hot mess over here and everybody's just getting in. I give them my points. I ask everyone who buys a post, build those relationships. They're having problems growing their VIP page without sounding pushy.
Yeah. So
are you using any systems or software to track your business?
What is it?
Are you using any systems or software to track your business?
If you guys, I love that question because I really don't like answering it because I'll just be real and raw with you. I am the most unorganized person, fly by the seat of my pants person.
Well, you'll fit right in with us.
I did just start a notebook to keep track of all my pre-orders because I was trying to do everything by memory and then something would come and I'd be like, oh my gosh, who does this belong to? But I really don't have systems and that works for me. I do keep a notebook. I will share one really cool thing. I know you guys need to get off, but I will share one really cool thing that I did starting about 8 months ago. I wanted, because I was new to Scentsy, I was new to learning about Scentsy Club. I wanted to start coercing my customers into the Scentsy Club. So I started a With Box Club.
I'm on camera.
So I had 12 ladies. I said, hey, would you be up to getting a With Box every month for 6 months? I'll rotate who gets a free half off, you know, like, because I put it in as a party. And a lot of those people from the With Box Club, I called it my With Box Club. They've joined my team now. They've joined Scentsy Club because then as I learned more about Scentsy Club and got comfortable, I was able to tell them as bars came and went, do you know if you join Scentsy Club, you can get Scentsy Club, you can get these bars, and you can get your With Box now for half off. So this is an idea for you guys that if you wanted to try to get more Scentsy Clubs, more maybe possible teamies, start by starting a With Box Club. And then it will lead to several of them joined Scentsy Club from there, and several of them joined my team.
Okay.
And I do see somebody said Amy. I do use Amy. I do have one system, Amy. There we go.
We love Amy. And if you're new, you get access to Amy, like a Scentsy secretary for free for 4 months. So I actually took some awesome notes from you, Jessica. We are so blessed to have you join us.
Thank you so much.
We're all your friends. So feel free to friend request us as well. I love this journey. Just like you said, we are very much family oriented. We love helping each other. We love giving more than we take. And for everyone that's on this, listening to Dreamstruck, here are 10 things that I got from Jessica, and I'm sure that there's like 100 collectively that we can all share, but here's some top 10 tips of the night. Number one, stay excited and be passionate about your business. Number two, make sure that you have an awesome why that is big. An awesome big why, even if you're scared of it. Number three, host enrollments were huge for you and the success of your business. Number four, order flipping. So someone wants to place an order, we're going to flip that order into a party. Number five, events was huge in the beginning of your business. And I'm sure that you're probably getting back into events as well now that the world's opening up. Number six, train. Doesn't matter what your title is. You know, there's always room for growth and training. Number seven, have a VIP group. Have a VIP group. That is very important. Number eight, take care of yourself. However that looks like for you. It could be devotions, meditation, yoga, all the things. And then where was number nine? Number nine, wherever you go, you can share Scentsy without being spammy. You know, if you're going out to breakfast with a friend, you can, you know, give out samples as tips or your brochure of the month. And then where was number 10 I had over here?
Don't do a Zoom with your dog and its toys.
No, always do a Zoom with your dog. He's so cute. He wants to be in the Scentsy family.
No.
And I want to do something really new to kind of end the night and to close here. We want to do just kind of like a quick fire with you. And so I'm going to ask you just a few questions, and then whatever comes to your mind, quickly just blurt it out. What is your favorite Scentsy scent right now?
Breakfast in bed.
Breakfast in bed. Ooh, what is your favorite warmer right now in the new catalog?
Flaunt your feathers.
I love it. Do you prefer element warmers or light warmers?
It depends what room they're in.
Ooh.
So if it's in my bedroom, an elements, but maybe in the living room, regular light.
Same here. We are the same. Do you prefer scent circles or car bars?
Scent circles.
Do you prefer wax or oil?
Wax.
Yes. Okay. Jessica, thank you so much for
Thank you.
We are so glad that, well, we're not happy, like Amber said, what happened with the other business. But you know what? One of the morals of the story that you have taught so many of us is that when God closes one door, he absolutely can and will open.
Amen. Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So will you promise to come back on when you promote to SSD?
Yes. Yes, I promise.
We would love to celebrate with you. So we're
Thank
so
you.
excited. If you ever need any of our support, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. So thanks from all of us, and we hope that you have a great evening. Thank you, everyone. And next week, we'll see you back here Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, Dreamstruck. Have a good night, everyone.
Night. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jessica. Good night,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye, Debs.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. I have
Bye,
4
thank
pages
you.
of notes.
Yay. Thank you.